Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 2 between Team Secret and Team Nigma. We saw Team Secret take that first game pretty convincingly. It was like there was quite a few moments where Nigma came back and... Well, not like they came back because they weren't even really behind that much at any point. The real biggest gap that we saw between these two teams was... I think it was about 25 minutes, 30 minutes in when the game was nearly over already. And that was just when Secret won a couple of fights in a row. So they weren't exactly like they were pound to the ground. They could have come back into it in a lot of stages. But Secret just ended up coming out on top. So Nigma, they should not be disheartened at all. They should be able to keep their head strong and, you know, just keep cool, calm, and collected. Come back into this game and try and push it onto a game 3. We'll see how it ends up turning up. So Nigma, they lead up by banning out the Slardar and Snapfire, something that they did in the previous game, and immediately going for that first pick of the Omni Knight, exactly the same as the first game. We'll see if Secret's going to go for the Sven pick one more time. Seems how, you know, works in the previous game, picking it as the first grab, as well as you also remove the possible combo that comes out from the Omni Knight and the Sven, which is goddamn potent. So we'll see if similar things can happen. If they go for Sven, and then Nigma go for Faceless Void. So there's the Sven. Faceless Void? Faceless Void? Yeah? No? Well, it's not instant. It was instant last time. Oh, okay. That's a little bit twist and turn. So they actually grabbed the Mirana as their second pickup this time. That's quite interesting. So we'll probably see them run that in GH's hands as the position for pretty much doing the same sort of thing that Yapsol was doing in the previous game, just constantly making a few rotations around. I mean, there wasn't actually many successful ganks towards that mid lane that came out from Secret in that previous match. So we'll see if maybe Nigma are able to actually benefit a little bit better from this ganking potential that comes out from the Mirana. Well, it all depends on what hero they pick up for their mid laner. But Secret, they grabbed the Rubik as their second hero. So that's going to be in the hands of Yapsol this time. He's a very strong player on this hero. Very high win rate. I think it's like in the 70% or something. It's pretty strong. Well, not just like Yapsol's personal win rate on Rubik, but I think it's Team Nigma's win rate. Team Secret, not Team Nigma's. I mean, it's not like there's many... there's a couple of good spells to steal from them, I suppose. Plus, if you could get the arrow steal from Mirana, your stun lasts a ridiculous amount of time if you can get a max range one. Absolutely monstrous duration on those stuns. But even still, he's probably going to be looking to get that Heavenly Grace steal. If he could steal Heavenly Grace, and then chuck it on Sven, and then I'm pretty sure it lasts longer because of the Arcane Supremacy on the hands of Rubik as well. I don't know if it ramps up the status resistance or the strength bonus. That would be ridiculous if it did. That would be so damn ridiculous. Like you want to bait in the Omni Knight pick just so you can grab the Rubik in response. Just have that potential steal away. That would be pretty awesome. But even so, we'll have to see if it works out. I don't know if it does get affected that way from the Arcane Supremacy. I'm sure it'll happen at some point in this game. I'll make sure I check it out. That's definitely going to be an interesting skill combo. Normally, if you're playing a Rubik, you're like waiting for, you know, the other team to use some of their big ultimates, and those are going to be the spells that you normally want to steal. But you just know this is Secret's plan by picking up this hero. They're going to be like, just watch that Omni Knight. As soon as he casts Heavenly Grace, you steal that spell. We need that spell straight away. Well, not necessarily need it, but it'll ramp up the damage that comes out from this Sven quite significantly. So Nigma must have been rambling on about that. They banned out the Morphling, the Leshrac, and the Zeus, heavily focusing all their bans towards Nisha. 3 heroes, he does play quite well, especially that Morphlin. Got an insane win rate on that hero. And then Secret, they ban out the PA, the Bat Rider, and they take away the Outward Devourer this time themselves. Purely to, good way to disrupt the Sven in these fights, stop his effectiveness, whilst also setting up for those arrow ganks that come out from the Mirana. We'll see what they're going to grab up now. Most likely going to be Puppy's position 5 hero. Maybe an Enchantress? Because I'm pretty sure you can purge away the Heavenly Grace from the Omni Knight, or whoever the Heavenly Grace gets targeted on. So I can see the Ench pickup coming out now from Secret. Ooh, they're actually going to go for that Magnus pick instead. So it's still going to be 4 Puppies to position 5. Or maybe they might actually put it into the hands of Zai to really try and get some decent RPs off to proper utilise the effectiveness of the AoE damage that comes out from the Sven. Because Sven Empower plus his Greater Cleave is just absolutely monstrous to come up against. More like further increased damage, and the people you're not hitting actually take more damage. It's pretty broken. So Nigma actually take the Tidehunter as their position 3. So that'll be for mind control. So I mean, maybe with this pickup, you're sort of trying to make Secret not hold out to get those heavenly grace grabs. Maybe you're sort of trying to bait them in to try and steal out the Ravage. I mean, I know that's not exactly like the best way to counter this. To counter the Rubik is by saying, here, I know you want this really nice ability, but how about this nice ability? Yeah, you want to steal this one? You want to leave that one alone? Maybe, I don't know. That could just be what's going through their mind. It's what's going through my mind. So that could potentially what's going to happen. We'll have to wait and see. The Secret, they take up the Death Prophet. That's going to be for Nisha in the mid. It's definitely not a hero you see him play very often. It's a very, very rare hero of him to actually pick up. So we'll see how he's able to utilise this hero. Maybe he's just going to go for like more of a tower pushing build and just try to make space for the Sven to get his farm up, especially with the Empower coming out from the Magnus. The Sven will be able to come online pretty soon. Good potential what's going to go on. So it's actually Zai's hero as the last pick for Secret. Not normally a pickup that Secret leave for him. Like, normally he's always put into that more sacrificial role, so they don't really care if he gets countered too much. But he's got the luxury this game. He has the luxury of having a better picked hero for himself. So we'll see what they end up going to grab for him. But there's still the 4th hero left to pick up now from the side of Nigma. So they got their 2 supports, so they got their offlaner. So looking to either pick up Miracle's hero or Weehars. I imagine they'll probably pick up Miracles now. Seems how, otherwise Secret have got 2 more bans to try and limit his hero pool, and then you'll lose a more of an effective carry to go up against this Sven. Not like there's like too many super effective carries to go up against Sven, but you just want a hero that wants to like either have some natural evasion or force him to build into a MKB. So actually to go for the Slark. So yeah, definitely with Ultimate able to evade quite a lot of damage that comes out from the Sven, keep himself healed up. Can go for a butterfly build as well, which then will sort of force Matumba Man to build that MKB eventually. So I dig it. I think it's quite a nice pickup. But obviously there is still going to be that the RP that comes out from Magnus, which can stun the Slark in place, even once he pops his ultimate. There's this Weehar 0 left to pick up now for Nigma. What are they sort of after? I mean, I think they need damage right now. So far, it's heavily relying on this Slark to come online. Because I mean, the Tide Hunter, the Anchor Smashes do an alright amount of damage, but it's not exactly something you can really rely on in these team fights. The Omni Knight and the Mirana don't really provide that much damage in the fights, unless the Mirana has a really good start to the game and can actually start snowballing, perhaps. So, what can they pick up? Maybe a Viper? Could potentially see a Viper, especially with the Nevertoxin. I mean, I know it's not like a huge, amazing counter to a Sven, but at least the Nevertoxin will limit some of that cleave damage that comes out with him. He'll probably still have the Empower on him, so we'll get that at least, but you know, it's a little small bonus. Plus the Viper can provide a nice amount of damage in these coming fights. Secret's really thinking about this final ban. They really want to make sure they get rid of the right hero. I think the Viper is probably a good ban out. Who else could Weehar potentially take for the mid lane? You definitely want someone who can start providing a bit of damage. Maybe a TA? A TA could be alright. There's no sort of dot damage coming out from the side of Secret yet to try and deal with those refraction charges. Or maybe you want someone who can come online a little bit sooner, perhaps? Maybe a Storm Spirit? I mean, if you get hit by the silence that comes out from the DP, you're sort of stuck in place and then you get easily stunned up from the Sven. No, so they are going to go for that Viper. Comfortable hero for Weehar as well. Definitely a hero who enjoys playing. So we'll see what Secret's going to grab up as their final pick. Got plenty of time. Well, we've got plenty of time to work with. Got 20 seconds reserve time as well as this. 30 seconds. Maybe like a Mars or something, perhaps. Ooh, I should go for a Nigma. Okay. So they got some nice couple of big ultimates to work around. So you have the RP plus the black hole. I mean, the RP, it's not like a it's not 100% necessary ultimate for the side of Secret this game, because obviously it's in Puppy Sands as a position 5, so they're not banking on getting those big RPs to get some decent fights off. But even still, with the help from the Enigma, they're definitely going to be able to have a nice amount of team fight. There's not exactly lots of cancels coming out so far for this black hole either. Weehar's probably going to be forced to go for a Rod of Atos just to try and hold that potentially to try and cancel out the black holes. I mean, the only other stop you have is either a Ravage or an arrow that comes out from the Mirana. Because obviously, if you know if those two heroes are caught in the black hole themselves, then it's going to be a pretty deadly black hole. So we'll have to see. What sort of effectiveness Zai's able to use with his ultimate. But even still, with the lineup on the side of an Nigma, it's still pretty much just that Heavenly Grace that Yapskal's really aiming for to steal. I mean, there is also the Ravages if you can get an easy steal onto it. Because I think you would still just have a Ravage over a Heavenly Grace, despite the fact that you do have that Sven to really use quite nicely with the Heavenly Grace. I still think, you know, a Ravage. It's a Ravage. It's a humongous AoE stun, which does a nice amount of damage as well. Why wouldn't you want that? So we'll see if he's actually able to even get it that much this game. It's Yapsal, so he's pretty much guaranteed to get it stolen at least once, I'd say. That's pretty much a guarantee. I'd put money on that. Not that I'm a gambling man, but I would put money on that. So Nigma's got 3 heroes up at this top lane so far. Just want to try and secure up the bounties. I think GH and Yap sort of spotted each other then. There is 3 heroes from both sides up here, so we could potentially see a little skirmish for the bounties. Poppy's actually going to wrap around the back. Maybe he'll just go straight for the triangle to try and secure up that bounty, or maybe he wants to go for some sort of kill attempt. Matuma Man just leading the charge onto GH. Getting a few free whacks onto him. Miracle's waiting up on the high ground. The skewer there from Puppy. Delaying him out, but here comes the heal from Kuroki, keeping GH alive. And now he's getting lots of hits now onto Puppy, so he's taking quite a bit of damage himself in return. But even still, this is definitely favourite Suka right now. Oh. Very awkward pause. Oh, bit of Discord problems. Comms. What happened? There must have been a little bit of miscommunication between these 3 heroes. Between these 2 players. Just all like, I didn't say to do that. Blah, 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 blah. You could tell if something like that was happening, Puppy would be like, boys, I'm disappointed in you. He'd give you that puppy stare, you know? He'd be like, if you know what I mean. I think we all know that puppy stare, don't we? I know that puppy stare. It's the proper, like that, just like that. If you guys want to like just load up a picture of Puppy, that'd be his face, you know. So looks like Microtroll's gonna be able to take the bottom bounty at least. So it will just be a 1-for-1 trade at the bot lane. We'll see what the bounty situation is up top though. Whether if maybe Puppy might just go straight for the triangle bounty on the side of Nigma. So they've all been taking quite a bit of harassment so far. Loads of tangos though for Miracle to work with. So he doesn't mind too much about all this harassment. 1 tango is pretty much going to heal him back up. It's really awkward, this like Cthulhu head for Tidehunter. It just sort of, I don't know, it doesn't really match the rest of him. They tried giving him like this really big awkward pot belly to go with it, but I don't know, it all just looks very awkward to me. Secret's ready to go, but Nigma's not now themselves. Croaky needs to go take his pizza out the oven.
Support arrive.
I don't know what the hell this pause is about. It's a very long time. Well, we know what Secrets was about. It was about comms, but what's Kuroki delaying it all for? It's very long. Come on, boys, I want to watch some dates. Oh, now they're ready to roll. They're ready to roll. Here we go. So looks like Puppy's going to be able to get that bottom bounty. Yeah, Miracle's at least going to be able to secure up the triangle. So it will just be 2 for 2 on that trade. And all those like trading of hits doesn't really matter too much. Everyone's got plenty of tangos to work with, so that was going to be quite healthy for the coming start of the lane. Actually, GH's just gone all the way back to base, choosing not to bother wasting a single one of his tangos to heal up. He's going to use his TP scroll instead. And even with 2 leaps as his first level, it's a very awkward skill to start with. He sort of had to keep himself alive in that engagement, otherwise he would have given away a first blood, but it's definitely going to limit his effectiveness. But even still a try action. Skew it back from Puppey, tries to get range to the tier 1 tower, but even still, Miracle's taking so much damage with this. He does not want to skill anything up, keeps his cool, and now YapzOr's actually getting turned on. It looks like he might fall. Double leap that comes out from GH. The final hit, oh, the salve came out just in time. It actually kept him alive, barely. It cost him quite a few resources, and he's still low HP, but that first blood is still kept on intact. Oh, super dicey for both teams there. Very high action lanes up here so far. Now the stun comes down to Croaky. The skewer back from Puppey pushes him a little close to the tier 1 tower. He's going to take a couple of hits and a few more punches that come out. Matumbaman gets the final swing, brings Croaky to his knees. And first blood going towards the Sven. Definitely the hero you would want it to be on as well. So Secret winning that first blood war. Can have the slight advantage into this top lane now. Oh, Croaky. Just messed with R2 there with the heal. What's that your name in the heal? Purification. Of course it's called Purification. How could I forget that? It's very bad, isn't it? And how's the farm between the two mid laners going? Oh, it's actually Zai in the mid. I just noticed. So it's definitely a more favourable matchup with the Death Prophet going up against the Tide Hunt instead. Just every time the Tide gets close, the Soul Siphon makes it real difficult for Microcontrol to try and get much farm in this lane. And meanwhile, in the mid, so it's the fight up against the Enigma. But obviously, Enigma always is going to lead on denies, just with the natural denying coming out from the Eidolons. So we'll probably see that disparity grow a little bit more as the levels go into Zai's favour. Or not like the levels go into his favour, he's going to out-level Weeha, but just more levels into those Eidolons, and then the easier it is just to get last hits and denies. So Weeha's definitely going to struggle a little bit in the mid. Having to just try and go for some really early neutral camp kills. Just try and ramp up his farm, seeing as how the waves die so quickly. Ooh, arrow comes out. Doesn't actually connect us to anything. Well, he gets the range creep. So he's like, if I don't hit a hero with this, I'm going to get the range creep. So he doesn't really care about that. I think where he was so far away from that creep, he probably spent all the experience for it. Went to Miracle instead. It's a nice little play there by him. Just so many denies on the three cores on the side of Secret. 10, 9, and 10. Meanwhile, on the side of Nigma, it's 3, 2, and 0. So it's already, we're probably going to see quite a nice little XP disparity. It's not huge at the moment, but I mean, for this part of the game, it's a fair amount. It's about 400-ish experience. I know that doesn't sound like a real mad amount, but every count helps. And we guys actually rotate up to the top lane now with this haste rune. He's going to try and make some sort of magic happen. Diving straight onto the two supports. They take quite a bit of damage. Puppey's going to try and skew out to keep himself to safety. YapzOr going for the TP out. He will get caught by the leash there from Miracle. And that brings him down. Puppey just managed to survive himself. He should be able to snatch away the triangle bounty rune from the side of Nigma. It looks like GH is coming over, going to try and snatch it up. But I think Puppey's just going to be able to take it in time. He might be able to get a return kill onto GH as well if he's not careful. A couple of hits. Going to skew him towards the neutral creeps. But there comes the purification from Kuroki. And it actually ends up getting him killed. Oh, the Eidolons from Zai though. Ooh, free kill. He'll take that. Zai's like, thank you very much. Nice. So, I mean, the rotation sort of worked out there from Weeha. It got a kill for Miracle. Already got on those permanent +1 Agis. That's what he likes. So Puppy's actually just sat in the mid lane right now. Maybe potentially waiting to see if he can get some sort of grab. It's actually mind control in the mid now. Just potentially him and Weehaus swapping around. Or maybe Weehaus is coming down here for a gank potential onto Nisha. Or maybe not. They're just going to farm up these stacks with the help of GH. Never Toxin making quick work of the creeps. And now Nisha's actually TP'd to the mid. He wants to force down this tier 1 tower. I mean, you can tell how badly mind control's been screwed at this bot lane. Just turned level 5. Meanwhile, Nisha's the third of his level towards level 7. And that is going to go for a free kill now onto MC. There's nothing he can drop. Top holes, even the black hole committed there from Zai says, oh, hi, Weeha. You want to try and stand and fight? I'll just kill you. GH should connect the arrow there onto Zai to cancel out, but not that it really matters. It's Nisha and Puppy still close by. Nets 2 very easy kills, plus the tier 1 tower. This game is just going very well for the side of Secret so far. Even Martu's now just getting free farm in the safe lane. Massive stacks in the jungle as well. I don't know if Puppy's been actually making these stacks or if Zai's just been making the stacks himself with the Eidolons. I'm not too sure. Move your creep. Ooh, a little bit of inefficiency there from Zai. Lost out on a couple of Eidolons. Whoopsie daisy. TP coming now from Nisha onto this mid lane, and a TP from Martu as well. They want to try and get a kill onto this Viper. Even Puppy's going to come back from the side, skews it back towards the tier 1 tower, and that's just going to be a free kill. The tower actually ends up getting it, so that shared bounty is not quite as effective. That's like, what, 45 gold per player? That makes it not worth it whatsoever, to be honest. It's always better just for all that money just to get funneled into a single person. Makes it seem a little bit more worthwhile. So see all 3 cores on the side of Secret at the top of that CS chart and at the top of the net worth chart. Very heavily at the top of the net worth chart as well. Martu's already 1,000 gold over the top of Miracle. Even Zai's got another 600 gold on top of him. So everything's just going swimmingly for the side of Secret right now. Weehaus rotated back up to the top. So it looks like they can get a free kill now onto Yapzor. But, I mean, yeah, sure, you get a kill. It's just onto the position 4 though, so it's not exactly like it's a super important gank. But a kill's a kill. It's made a bit of space for Miracle. Gets him another perma agility charge. And they should be able to force down this tier 1 tower. Especially with the next group wave that's coming up. I'm sure Weehaus is going to never Toxin the next one. Or maybe he won't, because that will be taking quite a bit of farm away from Miracle if he keeps stealing these camps, these stacks away. In response, Nisha is using sexism down towards the bot lane. Gonna net up this tier 1 themselves. Even Puppy running into mind control there. He's still only level 5 though, so he doesn't have an RP to try and set up for an easy kill. Miracle finally bringing down that tier 1 at the top. A little bit of a cash injection for the side of Nigma. Definitely something that they need right now. Already 3k behind at 10 minutes. It definitely feels like that Secret are very in the lead as well. The Ravage gets committed by mind control, sets up for an easy arrow there from GH. So at least they net a free kill there onto the Enigma. It's quite a nice value target there, especially seems how he has the black hole available to use. So what's Zai actually going to be building for? So he's still just going to go straight for those Guardian Greaves. Got the Arcanes, got the Mechanism coming up pretty soon. Only about 200 gold away. And we'll see if maybe he's going to go for the BKB move, or maybe if he's feeling a little bit more confident. Depend, you know, if Secret's still got that dominant lead by the time he's trying to work off his next item, he might potentially then go for the Blink Dagger and just try and go for some nice easy RP black hole setups. Oh, arrow. Nearly connect there on Tomato if you finish up that creep. Unfortunately, doesn't quite get the connection. He still managed to survive for quite a while. A very aggressive jump there from GH. Using both of his charges. Still got one left to play with. But even still, Yapsaw Puppy around here to lend a helping hand. Even level 6 now on Puppy. So he could potentially go for the... GH going for a very ambitious TP there. Ooh, he actually even commits the RP. Just wants to make sure that they get this kill onto the Mirana. I think there might be a little bit of an overkill, perhaps. But even still, as I was saying in the draft, it's just a position 5 Magnus. So the RP isn't an essential skill that they need to play around. So I suppose it doesn't really matter. They could just use it to guarantee those sort of kills. A little bit of extra farm for Martu that way. Even Puppy being the good support he is, trying to make some stacks. Ooh. I mean, that's a little bit unfortunate. That's just out the line. Eesh, who put that there? Miracle trying to get a hunt now for Martu. They're trying to put a lot of pressure onto him. But I mean, Martu's a full level over the top of Miracle right now. Nearly 2k as well. But even still, just the presence from the Slark is enough to force Martu back for now. There is a couple more people from the side of Secret. They're rotating around from the side. Even the exclusive nuggets could be in. So much damage onto Miracle. He melted a second. There's no way he could survive that. I mean, he probably just about had enough time to go for the Shadow Dance. But even still, there was enough AoE damage that probably would have finished him off nonetheless. So a nice couple of kills there for Secret. Bringing down that high value target of Miracle. I mean, sure, he's not worth like tons of money at this point. But it's just nice to take him off the map and delay his game a little bit. It looks like maybe Zai wants to go for a play there onto Weeha. Told for Nisha and Martu to make a couple of rotations around, but I guess he just couldn't quite find the black hole connection. Nisha just farming up all these lovely tasty stacks. What's he actually building for? He's got his Yules online. I mean, got close to about 1,000 gold as well, sat in his pocket. So see what he's actually going to go for in the end. He's got something coming out in the carrier. What is it? Oh, it's this TV score. Nothing too exciting. It was actually a smoke attempt that comes out now from Nigma, but perfect scan from the side of Secret. Work out exactly where they are. Miracle's actually leading the charge. Gets connected there by Puppy, but he did want to commit his RP. He might have been able to potentially serve for a pretty easy kill if he decided to commit for that. The Rod of Atos comes out from Weeha, but GH's arrow is a little bit off the mark, so they couldn't quite find an easy grab. The Absol with the Stolen Never Toxin as well. Definitely a nice little skill to have against the Slark. Reduce the ability for him to get these essence shift stacks up in the coming fights. I mean, he has only got it level 1, so it's sort of like it's the biggest skill right now for him. But he's nearly maxed out all of his other skills, so we'll start to see that ability getting a little bit stronger pretty soon. Ooh. Down bomb. Wait, maybe Secret tried to go for a quick grab there onto GH. Just trying to force him away from the bounty runes. They don't quite find any sort of hero connection. They will have to fall back. Zai's nearly got his Guardian Greaves online. Only 100 gold now. So we'll see once he has that online whether he is going to go for a Blink Dagger or a BKB. Probably see that BKB, seeing as how Weeha, he's got that Rod of Atos, so it's a pretty easy way for him to cancel out the RPs, black holes. I keep going to say, why do I keep saying RP? God damn you, Puppy, you're confusing me with your presence. Microchop's still working towards his Guardian Greaves as well. Slightly behind Zai. Still needs another 300 gold. Plus Zai actually has 2 Null Talismans as well on top. As finishing his up. Mind you, MC's got 1. So maybe a little bit similar in terms of farm. Just a slight little lead there for Zai. Looks like there could potentially be engagement in the mid. Quite a few heroes on both sides. But GH is actually TPing out. Heading towards the bot lane with wants to draw it up for mind control. Maybe try to set up for a kill onto Yapzor. With that Ravage available, but they couldn't quite find him in time. He's able to retreat. So how's the farm on Martu doing? Still Echo Saber and Mask of Madness. Very, very close to finishing up this BKB as well. Only just over 100 gold. Martu seeing Crook go for the kill onto the ward. Just wants to force him away. And he will manage to keep that ward alive for now. Looks like maybe they want to try and go for a grab onto MC, but they don't quite know what other heroes are around for the side of Nigma. They don't want to put themselves into a dodgy position. Miracle's doing a pretty good job farming back up though. He is closing the gap between him and Nisha at least. But there's still a good 3,000 gold between him and Martu. But that is to be expected. Because obviously, the Sven, just with that built-in farm mechanic, plus the empowers on top, just means he farms so much quicker than a Slark possibly can hope to. They've gone for a Moonlight Shadow. Hunting down for Miracle. Couldn't quite find him in time. The Secret is constantly applying pressure onto Miracle right now. He has to just keep on retreating. So the Secret just want to force down the tier 1 tower top lane. Meanwhile, pretty much an identical move coming out from Nigma right now. Going to try and force down the tier 1 at the bot. Mugshot is moving straight into the dire triangle as well. Wants to try and soak up some of this farm. Whilst everyone on the side of Secret on the opposite part of the map. The Secret actually just got into the Roshan pit now. Even using the Exorcism, arrow that comes out from GH, it does connect onto Martu. So this will give him enough time to actually make a few rotations around here. And potentially set up for a counter play. It's not exactly the fastest Roshan well. Now down to half HP. But everyone else on the side of Nigma has now turned up. Smoke, lead the charge. Perfect Ravage that comes out from Mind Control, connects onto 4. They can try and stand the ground. The Black Hole comes out from side of the back. And then the RP comes out from Puppey as well, connects onto 2, forces them towards the Black Hole. The Roshan did drop, and Nisha actually managed to get the Aegis. And everyone on the side of Enigma just completely crumbles. And all the 4 heroes die. Only Miracle that actually is able to survive, and he managed to escape into the jungle of the Dire. But went to absolute shambles there for the side of Nigma. It started off so well. That was an amazing Ravage that come out from Mind Control. Connected onto 4 heroes. But there just wasn't enough follow-up damage. It's literally at this point just Miracle that can really do tons of damage. But even he doesn't have much damage at this point. He's got a Diffusal Blade, that's it. And then it was just an easy Black Hole from Puppey that connected onto Mind Control and Kuroki. And then on the flip side, Puppey found an easy RP onto GH and Weeha. So just everyone was completely locked down by these ultimates to come out from Secret. And Martu was just stood there whacking all of them. He got so low as well, but he was able just to keep himself going. Yapzor didn't even get an amazing steal that fight. Like, he got leaked, and that's about it. Oh, looks like they might even just find a free kill now onto Miracle. Tries to go for those bounty runes. I think no, he didn't even get the bounty rune. That's unfortunate for him. So, Secret just fully in the driving seat of this game. I think Nigma actually got the kill onto Roche. I can't change this feed. But I'm pretty sure it said that... Oh, that was ages ago. I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure it said that Nisha snatched the Aegis. So that means that at least Nigma got the kill onto Roche. Not exactly like, you know, it's the biggest thing in the world, but you know, you gotta look on the bright side sometimes. You can't just always focus on the doom and gloom. Oh, we are tries to go free kill onto Puppy, but he's actually able to dodge it in time, and now Nisha's just gonna start on him. A little bit too over aggressive there coming out from Weeha. Even just one whack there from Matu finishes him off. Good, nice little bait in there by Puppy. It looks like Zydo ends up getting caught out by the rest of Team Nigma, at least, so... There is a slight trade across the map. But it still doesn't matter too much for Secret. But Zai, he did actually end up going for that Blink Dagger. But as I was saying, like, he did feel that Secret was just so far ahead at this point. They were in a really nice position that he could have the luxury to go for that sort of item. Didn't really need to worry about going for the BKB just yet. Wants to go for those big Blink Dagger plays. So he will have that available for this next Black Hole, which will be available when he's alive. Obviously got the BKB queued up as his next item, but you know, I feel like I didn't need it crucially just yet. Matu's got an Ags now on him as well. So it's going to be a little bit easier for him to get on top of these heroes on the side of Nigma. I mean, this is looking pretty rough for Miracle, to be honest. He's 6,000 gold behind Matu, and that gap's only going to grow. It's only going to grow because there is no farming mechanic on this Slark. I mean, sure, he's got Dark Pack, but it's not exactly like it's the best farming mechanic in the world. Sure, it helps, but it pales in comparison to Great Cleave plus Empower. It really does. Looks like Secret's just going to start knocking on this door, this tier 2. Wants to keep this pressure going. But Nigma's actually gone for a smoke up play now. They want to try and find something. Ravage is available for mind control, so he's going to see who he's able to get the connection to. Jumps forward, goes for the RP, for the Ravage. Does actually connect to the 2, and they bring down the Timberman before any sort of response can come out from the side of Secret. They're focusing all their attention now onto Nisha, but he does have that Aegis available to try and make some sort of counterplay happen. Puppy is waiting for his own Blink Dagger. Maybe going to try and go for another play. Not enough heroes are grouping up together just yet, though. Jump forward from Puppy. Can't go in the connection, though. Doesn't want to commit the RP just yet. Even Zai went off to the side. He tried to go for the RP just then, but he got used up in the air. Yapsol actually going to end up falling for this. So now there's just 3 members left on the side of Secret. Mind Control did end up dying, but even still, this trade definitely favours Nigma. They're keeping the pressure going for... Ooh, GH, the arrow barely misses. Goes straight through the middle of both of them. Nearly a leap connection there from Miracle, but Zai just able to blink dagger out in time. Now going for the TP, but gets immediately cancelled by the Rod of Atos. So it looks like he will fall. It's really nice moves there from Nigma. Finally coming out on top of that engagement. Just Matu melted way too quickly. Could not get his BKB off in time. There might have been like a few milliseconds where he could have potentially gone for the BKB play, but he couldn't quite do it in time. And well, Nisha just ends up running into everyone on the side of Nigma, going for those bounty runes. Puppy tries to save him by skewering Miracle away, but it doesn't really matter. Nisha's still going to end up dropping. Just constant back-to-back kills now for the side of Nigma. They might have just brought themselves back into this game. It's still 7k gold deficit, but even still, it's not too bad. They're all really hunting now for the Absol. They want to find another kill. Matu is sat on the high ground, maybe thinking he might go for some sort of play, but he decides against it, lets the Absol fall, and it's another kill that Nigma found. It looks like Matu might have found a return kill onto Kuroki, but definitely not. The Guardian Greaves plus the Purification just put Kuroki all the way back up to maximum HP. And unless Martu committed his ultimate, there's no way he's going to be able to get that kill. And you don't really want to use your God Strength just to get a solo kill onto a Omni Knight. I think Nigma are pretty happy with the way this last engagement went. They just managed to get a spiraling amount of kills out of it. Miracle still just chipped away at the tower, finally gets the other kill. A couple of TPs came in from Secret to try and maybe get up for some sort of return engagement, but everyone on the side of Nigma just blink dagger out. There are so many blink daggers in this game, it's actually crazy. Mind Control's got one, GH has got one, Weeha's got one, Puppy's got one, and Zaya's got one. So what's that, Alex? 5 or 6? Yeah, five blink daggers in this game. That's quite a bit, and I'm sure we'll probably see some more picked up eventually. Maybe. I think Yapsor's probably going to build one. Yeah, he's got one queued up. So there will be a 6th one coming out pretty soon. I think even Kuroki could probably go for one, to be honest, just to try and get himself into a better position to get these Guardian Angels off. Not Guardian Angels, sorry, the Heavenly Grace. So Nigma's going to get a free tier 2 tower kill up towards the top lane. And now actually got the tower advantage over Secret. I mean, sure they're still 4k gold behind, but I don't think they mind too much. That's purely just the gold deficit between the two positioned ones. But even still, Miracle's got his Scardy online. As well as that Diffusal Blaze, so he's becoming a little bit more powerhouse in these coming fights. Now with that heavy engage, charging forwards, Ravage comes out from Mind Control before Martu can get the blink that the BKB off. The Zai comes in with the black hole, trying to lock Miracle down, but there was the Guardian Angel, keeping everyone safe for now. Weeha did end up falling. Miracle's able to get the leap down to the low ground, so he will survive this. It looks like G-Hay's now getting hunted by the rest of Team Secret, going for the TP out, and he just manages to make it before they get the vision onto him. So he will survive. Even the Exorcism's only got about a quarter of its duration left, so they're not really be able to get much tower damage out of this. Even God Strength down to a quarter duration itself. It looks like they might still be able to get a tier 3 kill. And they'll probably just accept that little advantage and fall back. But even still, I think Nigma, I mean, they don't mind too much. That was pretty much all. That was all the big ultimates from the side of Secret and the BKBs used. And all they lost was Weeha in a tier 3. So, I mean, it's not exactly like you can call it the biggest victory in the world, but I mean, it could have gone worse. It could have gone so much worse. If Kuroki didn't get that GA off in time, Miracle would definitely have been evaporated from the physical damage hits that would come out from Martu. It just really emphasises the point of that Secret really need to find this Omni Knight at the beginning of these fights. Otherwise, it's really difficult for them to take a successful engagement. Oh, we are. He's going to try and go for a little move there onto Puppy, but he's able to get the Blink Dagger off. He actually Blink Daggers away, thinking maybe there would be more heroes from Nigma waiting behind Weeha. But it's literally just him so far. Miracle is waiting around. Here TP coming out from Mind Control. He will actually cancel it. Very ballsy TP to go with, right into the middle of everyone. But Nigma actually do end up taking three of the 4 bounties. So at last they get a favourable trade in that respect. Secret have actually gone for a smoke up now. They've drawn on the map, they want to try and wrap around to the Radiant Triangle. There is Weeha and Miracle hanging around this area. Weeha's actually going to head down to the low ground now. But as long as if they stay up in this high ground, this smoke won't be as effective. They are actually going to roof the trees. Weeha just managed to get the Blink Dagger back up to safety. And Martu didn't quite want to run up onto the high ground, so he changed his mind. Nisha instead leads the charge. But all these Blink Daggers are just coming to such great effect from both teams. Just popping in and out of these engagements. It's truly chaotic. But now it seems like Nigma, they're going to go for a smoke play of their own. See if it's a little bit more successful than Secrets was. You head through the mid lane, go up into the jungle right now. Who see who they run into first? Looks like it will be Zai and Martu. Jump forward for mind control, just miniatures off with the anchor smash there. But Martu's come flying in. Gonna try and lend a bit of assistance there for Zai. He can't quite get any sort of help in time though, as he ends up getting dropped. Martu's just trying to deal as much damage as possibly can to Martu. Actually going to swap his targets over to Weeha, but he gets caught by the Yule Scepter. Delaying his effective. Jesus, there's 2 hits. He gets really lucky with the Daedalus procs, and Weeha actually dies in only 2 swipes. Jump forwards once again onto mind control, but Yapsor manages to clean him up before he actually lands. So it ends up being 3 kills for Secret. Buyback onto Kuroki as well. It did cost them the buyback onto Zai as well. Another buyback, so 3 buybacks on the side of Nigma. They really want to stop this Roshan falling into Secret's hands. It's very costly. If they lose this coming fight, this is probably just game over. This is a real all-in play. Miracle leading the charge up onto the high ground. Jump forward for Martu. He's getting stunned up. Then comes mind control with a save though. That Ravage keeps him alive for now. But now the RP follow-up connects onto 2. Yep, but some man getting pretty low with the stolen Ravage. Actually connects there onto mind control. Miracle just able to dodge, but he couldn't quite dodge far enough. He ends up dropping. The Black Hole commits from side, but gets cancelled immediately. Is this side getting focused up by everyone else on the side of Secret? And he ends up dropping. Martu actually did end up getting chased down by mind control. No help from the rest of Secret to lend him a helping hand. And it looks like these two will just escape each other. So it ends up being a 2-for-1 trade favouring Secret. I think if Martu didn't die there, this would have been truly disastrous for Nigma, but at least they got that kill. So it can't be a free Roshan now for the side of Secret. They have to wait for him to be up to really make this Rosh take effective. But I mean, in this coming fight, there's going to be very little ultimates available. With that being said, by the time Weeha's actually alive, Mind Control's ability is only to be on a 20 seconds away. Meanwhile, Black Hole's still going to be like a full minute. Exorcism's going to be a really long time as well. They're jumping forward. They get the stun connection onto Kuroki with the telekinesis as well. It might bring him down pretty low. The heals from the Greaves there from Mind Control kept him alive just barely. And now it looks like Zion might actually end up paying with this with his life. A little bit too over-aggressive there, and he ends up dropping. But Miracle's not done yet. He's charging forwards, wants to find something else. Can't quite get it. Man, these are very, very determined creeps. Jesus, I've never seen them run so far without vision. That's insane. But now Nigma, they're going to use this hero advantage. It's going to go straight into the Roshan pit. It's dropping pretty quickly, down to a half HP now. Secret's going to have to try and go for a play without the help of Zai. They get the initial grab onto GH, and he falls. He will immediately buy back, but even still, that's going to be enough to force Nigma away from the pit for now. They're going to try re-engage. Miracle leading the charge. Just moving in with that spider legs with the diffuser blade, trying to slow him up. The jump forward from Martu. Managed to get his BKB off in time, as well as Nisha, so the Ravage did absolutely nothing. The swipes coming out from Matuma Man blows up Kuroki. Nearly gets the kill onto Miracle as well, but he just barely survived. It looks like Weeha's going to fall now instead. These swipes from Matuma Man just hurt so goddamn much. Way too painful for the side of Nigma to actually deal with. And Secret, they still take the favourable win. 3 deaths on the side of Nigma, no buyback on anyone. And Zai was still dead for that entire engagement, not even needing the Black Hole or any sort of assistance from that. It just shows how powerful this Sven is. Hits like a goddamn truck. I still don't think I've actually seen the Heavenly Grace still come out from the Yapsor either. He's just heavily focusing all of his stills towards this Ravage, and I mean, he's getting them pretty much every time. I told you I'd bet money. I told you. Exorcism now committed up from Nisha. Wants to just keep pushing onto this mid lane. Realize there's no buybacks on anyone. Going straight onto that tier 3. There is a glyph available though from the side of Nigma to try and delay this push. And it will keep them back for now. There is another creep wave coming pretty soon. So Matuma Man and Nisha are just going to stand their ground and keep laying into this tower. What? Miracle? He ended up getting caught in the back. He's gone for 70 seconds. He does have a buyback though. I don't think he wants to be forced to use it just yet. It looks like Secret will just be able to clear up this melee barracks and then potentially just fall back. Oh, jump forward from Puppy, though. He gets the skewer onto Weehar, pushes him all the way back into everyone, and that's just a free kill. Lovely little find there by the position 5. Those are the sort of plays you would expect from this, like from a position 3 Magnus, but not Puppy. He doesn't care about rolls. He's like, I'm a Magnus, I'm going to do Magnus things. If you don't like it, take it up the judge. But that's just another lane of racks taken there by Secret. And there's going to be a straight on this tier 4s. It's like, well, if you're not buying back Miracle, we're going to force you to buy back. Either buy back or lose the game. It's your choice. Take away one of the tier 4s. Going to take away the second. We'll see if they're going to maybe go for the Ancient. Finally, he will buy back. And they're going to start pushing Secret away from the base. But even still, the damage is done. One of their tier 4s is gone. One more hit for one of the catapults. We'll finish it off. Oh, they killed it just in time. The tier 4 survives. I mean, not that it's really worth much. It's got 40 HP. It dies to a single hit. But even still, very dire situation now for the side of Nigma. The side was like, I'm taking that. You leave it alone, Nisha. It's mine. Drops the nice. Here we go for the refresher ore pickup now for Zai. This is his next item. Wants to go for those big double black hole plays. Looks like Nigmas though, they're going for like a 4-man play right now. See if they can find anyone. But everyone on the side of Secret, they've already fallen back. Just an absolute amazing 6th sense by them. They don't even have any sort of vision to make that play with. They purely just went off like game sense, I guess. They have hardly any vision whatsoever. They make the right call, fall back just in time. But Nigma, they're just still hanging around this area. They want to try and find something. They're just getting the vision now onto Baton Band. They're going to lead the charge. But everyone else on the side of Secret is waiting by. They want to try and get onto the back lines. The RP comes up with Puppy, but it doesn't actually connect on anything. What the hell happened there? I'm not sure how that didn't connect. The black hole gets committed finally by Zai. It brings Miracle down. Even with the Guardian Angel, doesn't help. And Kuroki just gets blown up himself. Completely eviscerated now. Everyone else on the side of Nigma was in full retreat. Mind controls this TP now. Leaves Weehar all alone. No buyback on any one of these heroes. And that's just game. There is no chance that Mind Control and GH can stop this from, their base from being destroyed. No chance whatsoever. GH is trying to do some backdooring, but Secret don't care about that. They've got Creeper with them. And they call it. Nick will call it. GG. Even tries to go for a little Ravage play at the end there, but Marty was too quick on the fingers. Got his BKB off in time. Just a little bit of an insult to injury there. But even still, well played by Team Secret. Taking the victory in this series 2-0 against Nigma. I mean, this game was definitely a little bit more one-sided than the previous game. It's just pretty much every lane went really well to Secret's favour. I mean, sure, Nigma got a couple of engagements successfully after the laning phase. I mean, there was that one engagement by the top lane. They managed to get an initial pick onto Martu, and they just started steamrolling over Secret. It brought it down to like a 2k gold lead only when it was like 10k. So they made a really good attempt at that point to try and bring themselves back into this game, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough. Team Secret, once all their ultimates came back online, they went immediately to the top of the charts again and just beat Nigma down to the ground, and there just wasn't really anything they could do about it, which is unfortunate for them. But even still, very well played from both of these two teams. It was a good match to watch, very entertaining. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. And yeah, I will be casting the games tomorrow, but obviously there's none left today. So hopefully I'll see you guys for there. Thanks for watching that video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it and the content I was able to provide. I am just starting out, so if you did like it and you want to support me in the future, then please think about following and subscribing to me on Twitch, Twitter and YouTube. I post on Twitter what events I plan on covering in the future and when I'm actually able to do some casts. I don't have the most free time in the world, unfortunately, so I can't provide constant content, but I can guarantee you every single time that I do cast, I'm giving it my all because I have a lot of passion for it, and hopefully that does come off. So once again, hopefully you guys enjoyed it and you stick around for the next video. So hopefully I see you guys there. Cheers.